wood butchers. Little review on this little guy. I have a video coming out where I kind of try and rehab a whole bunch of drill bits and stuff like that. Got some old ones, some nasty ones. I think this one's high carbon steel. Anyways, that'll be a little bit longer video. This is just a quick review of this little guy. It's the Vevor drill bit reconditioner, repairer, grinder, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a higher end thing to the Drill Doctor. There's lots of videos on Drill Doctors and their pluses and minuses and stuff like that. But I tried one, didn't like it. Enough said. On this one, it uses a very specific collet set that runs anywhere from 2 millimeters up to 13 millimeters. I don't know if you have bigger drill bits than that. That takes you basically from, if we look at something like this, like a 5/64 up to like 1/2 inch. And I think that's going to cover just about everybody. There's a few things that are really great, a few things that are a bit challenging, but in general, it makes a fantastic job and gives you fantastic results on sharpening drill bits. This is not what you need for the El Cheapo, Rona, Home Depot, Lowe's drill bits that you get for, $10 for a whole set from, 1/16 up to 3 inches. Those ones are crappy. Again, your Harbor Freight, not fantastic. But if you got nice cobalt drill bits or some other ones that are higher quality, some of the high-speed steel, titanium coated ones, I think it's reasonable to consider something like this. This is not for your average homeowner. If you just have a couple drill bits and they're small and you drill 3 holes a year and one's dead, just buy another one. You don't need this. But if you have a workshop and you're drilling into stuff like aluminum, harder woods, carbon steel, goofy things like stainless steel, anything that's going to kind of kill your drill bits, I think this is probably a really good bet for you. It's relatively simple. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to choose your collet for each drill bit. I know that this one is going to take a 12 to 13 millimeter collet. Very simply, you just have this collet chuck. It has a very specific component here. You just clip the collet in there, reattach this part. And again, I'm useless at this stuff, but that's okay. And you go just to where you just feel a touch of resistance. You're going to stick your drill bit in there. And the whole process is really simple. All you do is you find the width of the drill bit. So a set of calipers. We're going to go on the shank. 12.59 millimeters. You're going to dial this all the way down, so fully clockwise as far as you can get it. And then you're going to line up this diameter to the right marking here. So we're at 12.39, I believe, something like that. So just shy of 12.5. You stick the collet chuck in all the way, turn it till this shoulder stops, and you're going to see right in here, there's a little triangular piece of metal. Basically what happens is the cutting edge lines up with that, and while that's in place, you just tighten this down. Super simple. Once that's done, you're going to stick this in the grinding area, and it has an eccentric kind of cam action. You can see there, it kind of rotates and shifts a little bit. So that gives you your nice bevel on the cutting edge, and then a back slope so that the cutting edge is supported, but is also you know, some relief grind, so that it's going to work good. Once you've done that, the next simple thing is you have this. This is for the split point or web thinning. There's different ideas. I'm not 100% sure on all of it, but I don't care. It works. So all you do is you're going to just gently feed this in. You do a very gentle sort of back grind on the wheel inside of there. Boom, you are done. You have a fully sharpened bit. Now, if it's really bad or you're changing angles on the bit, you may need to do it once or twice. I've had ones that go up to 4 times I've had to do it. That's how bad the bits were. And then at the end of it, I simply store it here. Boom, done. Literally, it takes at most 2 to 3 minutes to sharpen any bit. And it's accurate, it's consistent. When we look at sort of the internals, there we go. It has this fantastic, I believe, a CBN, so something boron nitride, whatever. It's got a really permanent grit, and it doesn't seem to be breaking down at all. It does produce a very fine shop pixie dust, so good stuff. No dust collection. It's got like a little hole down here. You see, I don't know if you see there. And as it's, you know, as it's spinning, it's kind of gonna moosh things around. It really doesn't do anything. I just give it a good vacuum afterwards. This is some way that you can adjust sort of the offset and everything else like that. I've just left it alone. How it came, it works perfectly every single time. Overall, this thing was about 350 after shipping and taxes here up into Canada. So that's like what, 35 bucks US. I'm going to get used to this. The good cobalt drill bits, they are worth reconditioning, I feel. If it's just a cheap high-speed steel, forget about it. Just go buy another one. Maybe even another whole set. Who cares? But otherwise, it's very simple. Call it, adjust, grind, boom, you're done. And you do that for each, you know, you do the one side, flip it over 180, and that takes care of the other cutting edge. It only does 2 cutting edges, okay? So if you have a multi-fluted drill with 3, or if you're trying to recondition like a carbide with, you know, 3 or more than 2 flutes, it ain't gonna work. But for simple drill bits, it works great. There's one that does bigger. It has another row. It has a bigger collet selection, bigger collet sizes. That was like $700 Canadian. And for the number of times I use bigger drill bits like that, it's not going to be worth it. It has great onboard storage. So each of the collets fit here. It even has the little Allen keys you might need. That's great. As far as angles, it will. There we go. I just always store it right there. It'll give you between 140 and 90 degrees. This whole thing rotates and it'll adjust sort of, you know, how the tip is being, you know, ground on that. Works really good. I like 135. Some of the installer bits, I had a friend bring me some really long installer bits. We ground those to 90. That's what they were originally. I think for cutting through, you know, floor joists, that's perfectly that goes fast. It works good. But for most of my drill bits, they're all 135. There's a couple little things, you know, and again, this is from overseas. This is Vevor. I think it's a good value unit. It has, to my understanding, a DC motor, very quiet. Like, honestly, I was so surprised when I first started doing this about how quiet this little thing was. But it, you know, it's got the typical stuff still on it. But these little things, they're starting to peel off. Most importantly, it's this one. This one's already peeling off here. I've tried gluing it back down. It's not holding. I don't know what I'm going to do, because these angles and these settings are really important. The other thing that I find a little challenging. This here, for the web diameter, we have the arrow here and the mark here, fantastic. It's so far apart. Like trying to line it up, and the web diameter sticker is not, like if you line this straight up with here, it's off to the side. So thankfully it doesn't seem to make a difference, but to me, two quality issues with stickers and then lining things up. I'm not sure how close they are. As far as I know, looks pretty good. I hope this helps a little bit. Good little unit. I have another video showing it working and doing all the other stuff, a little bit of a review as well. But overall, I think if you're going to be sharpening a lot of drill bits or killing a lot of drill bits, this will pay for itself in a fair amount of time. And just remember, it's just not the cost of the drill bit. It's your time. And if you got to go, you know, make an extra stop to the lumber store or whatever else to get some new drill bits, factor that in. This is here. It takes literally, like I said, just a couple minutes for each drill bit. Total setup, 5 minutes or less to get it going. Overall, great. I'm just going to give you a quick little run here. Let's just plug this in here. There we go. Okay, so here's a quick little run. I'm going to put the microphone right up against the motor, and you're going to hear this. Here's the microphone attached to my hat now. That is the quietest motor I've ever come across, and it doesn't bog down. Even on big bits like this, as long as you take it nice and slow, really good. The other thing is the way it works, for whatever reason with the cutting wheel and the way it does it, it barely takes anything off the drill bits, so you're not going to be chewing through your drill bits fast. And number two, it doesn't get them hot. So you don't have to worry about cooking your temper or cooking your edge or making it soft or brittle or whatever. Works great that way. Overall, this is Shop Dog approved. I hope this helps a little bit. Go out, go to your shop, make a mess, make some more pixie dust, clean it up eventually. Otherwise, have a great day. Take care, and that's about it. I got some other cool things coming up. Probably a review on some pack out and DeWalt Tough System stuff. I'm just trying to formulate what I'm doing there. Just as an aside, all these videos, 100% pay for it myself. No sponsorships, no other stuff like that. This is my stuff. I bought it. Hopefully I'm trying to give you as much of an honest review as possible. Have a good weekend.